Hey there, Lacey here with the Sweet Pea Chef. If you're curious about intermittent fasting, how to get started, and how to use it as a weight loss tool, today I'm going to share a comprehensive guide on all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting and how to make it work for you. So let's get started. So if you followed me for a while, you know that I use intermittent fasting as a way to manage my food intake, curb my cravings, increase my muscle mass from workouts, and also lose weight from burning stored fat. I found it as a really helpful tool, and as I've shared about it, many of you have asked questions, so I wanted to make sure I walked through everything so you know where to get started. In addition to helping with weight loss and weight management, intermittent fasting has a number of benefits. It seriously changed my life. It helps me not snack anymore, which is super awesome. I feel like I'm eating a ton of food even though I have it in a shortened window, and I'm really not focused on food and freaking out about anxiety about when I'm gonna eat ever anymore because it's all set up in a nice plan, and I'll show you how to do all that. All right, so what the heck is intermittent fasting? Basically, it's a regimen that you decide on when you're gonna eat and when you're gonna fast. And you have feeding windows during which time you eat all of your calories for the day, and then you have your fasting windows during which time you don't have any snacks. You're only allowed a certain number of things like water and black coffee, no sugars or anything like that. Of course, if you are eating bad foods during your windows, you're not going to have the same types of benefits, so I always recommend that you choose whole foods like fruits and vegetables, beans, legumes, and lean proteins so that you can make the best of your feeding windows. And really, that's what I want to get across to you in this video, is that you can make intermittent fasting work for you. So every time you have a snack, your blood sugar levels increase, your body releases insulin, and that causes your body to stop burning stored fats that you have already in your body. Instead, it starts burning the food for energy. So when we take a break from that and we give our bodies a break from eating, we allow our body to really start functioning as it's supposed to. It starts using our stored fats as energy, and it stops working overtime because it doesn't have to break down all of that food that you're eating again. So if you think about it, if you're snacking all day, you're really never giving your body a chance to just chill. So what happens when you allow your body to just chill? What are the benefits of intermittent fasting? One is increased energy, which is amazing, and I definitely can tell you that I've experienced this as well. Your heart health will be increased. It's gonna lower your bad cholesterol. It's gonna make your body function better. It'll also lower your blood pressure. It helps maintain your blood glucose levels, which will help reduce chances of diabetes, and also it'll improve your sensitivity to insulin, which is a really good thing because then your body doesn't have to give out so much insulin to bring down your blood sugar levels. It also helps with weight loss because as you're fasting, your body is burning stored fats. So not only are you burning more energy, not only do you have a higher metabolism, you're also burning stored fats rather than all the food you're eating. You'll also have increased muscle mass, especially if you are strength training. And that's because as you fast, your body actually increases the levels of human growth hormone that you secrete. So your body is going to be extra ready to build muscle. It helps reduce inflammation, which is really awesome. And that's because your body isn't reacting all the time to the foods you're eating, and that puts less of a stress on your liver, which is already dealing with all the toxins. So then there's less salt in your body, there's less fluids in your body, and there's overall less inflammation. It improves your mood. So psychologically speaking, when you're in control of your feeding and you're not just living to the next snack, you feel much more in control. You feel like you're killing it. You'll find that you eat less because you have a smaller window of eating. Not only does that help with weight loss, but it also helps with just general consumption of food. There's also a process called autophagy, which helps reduce effects of aging and disease. So instead of going to break down the food you're eating, your body can instead go and break down old and damaged cells. And that really helps in reducing the effects of aging, and it can help reduce the effects of disease as well. And then you'll also have better cognition. You'll have better thinking, and you'll just have more of a general clarity, which is a really cool side effect. So does intermittent fasting have an overall better or different effect for women versus men? The answer is yes. Intermittent fasting is a very valuable tool for both sexes, but it especially has some really powerful benefits for women. For one, women tend to have a harder time suppressing their appetite than men. So having intermittent fasting as an option to help relieve that time to eat feeling that you always have when you're hungry and you're not having a plan with your food, it'll help with that. So having your feeding windows timed so that you can get a lot of food in those time frames, and I can definitely attest to this. this, it makes you feel full and satisfied so you don't have as much of an appetite issue during your fasting windows. That being said, it can also have an effect on your menstrual cycle based off of when you're feeding. So if you are trying to get pregnant, you'll want to pay attention to whether or not it does have an effect. A question I get a lot is intermittent fasting safe for women who are breastfeeding and nursing? And the reason for that is because you're basically producing milk for your baby all of the time. Your body needs sustenance. It needs food to come in so that it can create that. So you may see a decrease in your milk production and your lactation abilities if you are fasting. So how do you get started with intermittent fasting? The good news is it's very easy to do. You come up with when you're gonna eat and when you're not gonna eat. We're already all usually sleeping for 8 hours, so we're already having kind of a fast. So you can use that time and you can start extending that into larger windows of time. That's how I first started with intermittent fasting. Instead of having breakfast before I went to the gym, I decided to start pushing back my breakfast until after I got home from the gym. Then I started pushing that even later, and then I started having my lunch and my breakfast together in my first meal, and that was around 11 o'clock or so. You'll want to keep in mind that when you're fasting, you're going to want to have a lot of water and stay hydrated. Yes, it is totally fine to have water. You can add a little bit of lemon juice to it. You can add a little bit of apple cider vinegar to it. You can check out my video on what does and doesn't break a fast for some really good options for what does not break a fast. And also keep it simple and steady. Don't go full bore, go crazy trying to fast for 24 hours out of nowhere. Your body is not going to be happy with that. Instead, try to just push it off a little bit. Skip a meal if you're not hungry. We don't have to eat 3 meals a day. Shockingly, your body can go a very long time without food. It is set up to really maintain its level and homeostasis without any food coming in. And you can check out my video on what I eat in a day with intermittent fasting to get an idea of how I incorporate it into my lifestyle. And I will see you in the next video.